All right, we're going to start off in Texas, and we're going to talk to, I don't remember if it's pronounced Asha or Asha. Do you want to give me a correction there? Asha? Asha, welcome to the show. What did you want to talk about?
Well, recently I was helping out my sister-in-law by watching her kids because she had to go to the hospital to have another kid. And so one of the things that my nephew did before bed was pray, basically. And because he's very, he does certain things at certain times.
Right.
And it helps him get sleep. And I was wondering what your opinion of that was, because it felt really weird to sit there as an atheist and go, well, okay, dear God, and then say the whole rhyme thing or whatever it was. And then, it was sweet to sit there and listen to him list out all the members of his family that he wanted God or whoever to bless. But, I just thought I'd ask your opinion on it.
As in, what is my opinion on children praying, or what is my opinion on you being asked to participate in that? What is the specific question?
So, sort of a little both.
Okay.
How it was sort of part of his nightly habit or whatever that helped him get to sleep. But also,
So, prayer as a routine is something that children are given to early on, and when you're younger, you're just routinely told to do it at this time and at this time, and you do it pretty much the same way every time. It's basically the same prayer even every time. And what they're trying to do, the reason why you're taught that routine is it's a method of controlling your behaviors, and it's a method of making sure that this is something you're constantly thinking about. You'll notice a lot of people when they become adults, not everybody, like my family, a lot of them still stick to the routine, but they break out of the, okay, I have to pray right now because I have to, and they start more praying when they feel compelled to, when they feel like they need to talk to God or they want to show gratitude or something like that. So it does show, because that is the case, that what you're teaching kids to do is just basically a repetitive action because it's something you want them to think about all the time. And it's just a part of religious programming. So obviously, as I'm not a person of faith and I am even opposed to it, I don't think it's a good thing. And I don't think that you should be trying to program routines and make somebody believe in something because it's a part of their routine. As opposed to them believing something because it's something they've grown to comprehend and feel compelled by the evidence that it's true, which is, that's how a lot of religions operate. You should just live it, and we're going to keep making you live it, and you're going to keep living the routine. And then at a certain point, because it's a part of your routine, it seems absurd to even question it, because then you're questioning both significant and menial tasks you're doing every day. I don't think it is appropriate for them to have asked you to participate in any way, if that is what occurred. I don't think it's appropriate for, it's like, oh, you're an atheist, but you're in my house and we're Christian, so you need to participate in Christian rituals, especially because you'll find religious people would not extend the same sort of thing in other households. Most of them. Obviously there's exceptions, but you're not going to find a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to let my kid go sleep over at a Muslim kid's house, and they're going to do the bow to the floor praying toward Mecca and participate in the same way. You're not going to find a lot of that. But in general, you shouldn't be asked to lie, and you shouldn't be asked to participate in ways that aren't a part of your own belief system. What do you think, Telltale?
Yeah.
I agree, except I think as time goes on, as you were saying, I think it's probably going to fade away unless they forcefully try to reinforce it. But there would be ways of kind of reversing that, which would be obviously you may not be in a position to try to reverse it or anything, but if you happened to be, you could replace that prayer with something else repetitive, like, for example, reading a book at the same time every night, just a short little, read like a paragraph of a little kid's book for about 5 minutes every night, instead of the prayer. That would be one way of kind of breaking them out of that routine, where right now they may rely on that routine and that prayer to go to sleep. They could very easily replace that with something that's harmless rather than harmful.
It's really funny, though, too, with those prayers, the please bless kind of prayers, because I was raised with those. It teaches you to claim a personal, involvement in people's lives that you don't actually have, that you can't actually claim. It teaches you to be like, oh, I said, please bless Tommy. Therefore, I'm helping Tommy and I'm a part of Tommy's life, even though I don't actually know what Tommy's needs are. So I'm saying this general bless Tommy, but if I actually put in the work in having an actual personal relationship with Tommy, I might actually hear oh, well, one of the things I have right now is that my car needs a repair and I can't afford it. And adults use this too. I understand we're talking about children, but do the same please bless crap. And it's oh, well, now I don't actually have to find out what my friend's actual problems are and see if I can be a positive power in their life to help them solve those, because I told the ultimate power of the universe. I said, please bless them. So what more could I really do? So one of the things I don't like about prayer and the structural prayer that people are taught is it teaches people that they are activists for doing nothing, that they are actively helping people out by doing an activity they could do on their toilet. And there are very few things that you can do on your toilet that one could consider actual activism. And by few things, I would say no things, but you can technically make fertilizer sitting on the toilet, and that could be a part of your activism. So yeah, there's anything you can do on your toilet, maybe reassess if you're actually helping anybody.
I don't know, man. I mean, you got a cell phone on your toilet, and you can do an awful lot from a cell phone. You could record a video, you could send a tweet, all kinds of stuff. Both
of which, listen, videos of certain types, obviously, I'm going to say are activism. I do not believe sending tweets is almost ever activism. And I think much like prayer, many atheists mistake sending tweets for being activism. It's almost the atheist form of prayer amongst shitty atheists. I'm just saying. Sending out
on board.
Pictures and videos to trigger the opposition.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm speaking of specific things we had to see this week, so that were an issue this week. Anyway, Asha, is that what you were looking for? Or Asha, sorry, whichever one it is. Yeah.
It's Asha.
Asha,
but,
okay.
Asha.
Yeah, basically I just spent 2 weeks in a house where before they ate, the children would stare at you angrily if you didn't, participate in the prayer. It was very much, this is how it's done in this house kind of thing.
I would
it's
honestly,
extremely awkward.
For me, because of the kind of person I am, this is not for everybody. I would literally call out what was happening. I would literally be like, hey, why are you guys looking at me like that? And then I'd be like, well, because you're not doing the prayer and you have to. Okay, well, I don't believe in that, but you guys know me. And so is the fact that I'm not participating in the prayer, does that make all those things you know about me wrong? And now I'm automatically a bad person despite our relationship? I'd do the same thing. I'd guilt trip those little fuckers.
Not everybody can do that, but I definitely would.
Yeah, definitely.
I probably wouldn't be the one to guilt trip anyone, especially because I'm not positive. My mom, who was there with me, knows that I'm atheist, so I'm kind of on the edge of I kind of just went with it. It was this makes me slightly uncomfortable, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because,
I get it. Yeah, that complicates things. Yeah. Well, thank you, Asha. We're gonna jump to the next call, but good topic, okay. And thanks for calling in with your question.
Have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
We'll see you. Hey, thanks for checking out this clip for The Line. While you're here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and then share this with that bitter uncle of yours who loves talking about the good old days.